Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I want to talk about FBTC and my plan going forward with building a position into this ETF. So, if you're not familiar, back in January, it was a big monumental movement for the crypto space. A lot of lot of things passed, and a lot of things came into effect. High level, there were a lot of Bitcoin spot ETFs that got approved and pretty much became live on the stock market. So the cool thing about this, now you can purchase Bitcoin directly in retirement accounts, different types of investment accounts, and you don't have to worry about directly purchasing Bitcoin. So, there's pros and cons to that. You don't really have to worry about the hassle of buying it on your wallet, but there are some cons. You lose some control there, not being able to hold the asset directly. You have to purchase it through a fund. But in this case, I want to just kind of walk through, just high level. I'm not going to really go into depth with the fund per se. Definitely go do your own research, but I kind of want to talk about what I'm hoping to continue to do. Ultimately, I'm trying to build a position in crypto, and I have an allocation currently, but I want to grow it a little bit and in a strategic way. So let's go ahead and dive into it here and look at a couple slides I've added. So so backing up, the inception date was January 11th of this year. So, we're right at, around half a year. So the cool thing about Fidelity's version of it, there's no expense ratio right now currently. And I think that's just because it's such a competitive space right now, and all these different fund managers are trying to allocate or trying to accumulate as much of the market share as possible. I think there's a couple other funds that are bigger than Fidelity. I think they're like in third place right now, give or take. But yeah, that's something to keep in mind. The expense ratio is going to be 0.25 coming up next month. So looking at the past month, crypto has pulled back a significant amount. I'm not really, I don't really follow a whole lot in the crypto space, but I do know that there's been some communications about an Ethereum spot ETF. So that could be, related to it. But other than that, I'm not huge in that space. It could be due to the election coming up as well. A lot of, uncertainty with that. But you can see it's definitely had a pullback 17%, pretty much in both of these funds. A little bit more in crypto, or a little bit more in Bitcoin. But needless to say, that they're tracking it, and they're pretty similar as far as performance goes. And then looking year to date, it does look like Bitcoin is up a little bit more. And I don't know if that's because, this fund did not become live until I think it was January 11th. So maybe there's, almost a week there. Maybe that's the difference of the 7% there, but not 100% sure. But needless to say, it's Bitcoin itself is doing pretty well this year, up 23.63% year to date. And then next, I want to talk about the swing trades I took in one of my retirement accounts today. You can see I purchased 32 shares of Fbtc for $49.99 per share. And then I sold almost all of it. So I sold 31. So I wanted to buy one share and just, slowly accumulate, like I was talking about, in the form of dollar cost averaging and, swing trading. So I pretty much took out, 99% of my original capital and left one share in there. But you can see I made a little bit of profit here, so that's what I was shooting for. I'm not going to be able to time the market always. Hopefully I can for the most part. And we'll kind of go from there. But the summary of this trade, I made $9.30 from this swing trade. So it's pretty happy about that. It did continue to go even further. I don't know if I think it's like a 50-50 now. So I could have made a little bit more if it would have held on. But this crypto and, this particular ETF is very volatile, so it can move really quickly. So I wasn't trying to get greedy. But needless to say, so now I picked up, a long-term holding of this fund at $40.69 per share. So I originally purchased it for $49.99, and then, subtracting the adjusted profit there reduces my cost basis by, a significant amount. And so now I'm up 20% on this fund. So, I feel a lot more comfortable holding holding it, because I could, Bitcoin can drop 20% and I'm still profitable on this position. So it's kind of my idea there. And then kind of the plan moving forward, I'm going to hopefully continue to dollar cost average into this fund just on like an automated schedule. But also I'm going to continue to kind of hopefully swing trade because this ETF is not optionable. Normally I would try to sell covered calls on, my holdings to lower my cost basis. But, at this time, it is not optionable. So the only way to kind of lower your basis over time is swing trading. So that's what I'm going to shoot for. But yeah, that's kind of the extent of this video. I'm going to make some more videos in the future, just kind of like my status and, whether or not I continue to kind of try to swing trade with this. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think down below. If this strategy is, a recipe for disaster or whatnot, or if you do anything similar. I'm just kind of curious to see if anybody else is kind of trying to do this in this space. And yeah, let me know if you're also an investor of these Bitcoin ETFs, or if you prefer to just purchase your own Bitcoin separately on your own exchanges and wallets externally of, the stock market.